executive coach, and I do a number of different things. I do some team building work. I coach executives in the business world, and I do programs for women, and that's one of the ones I'm working on right now. I would define a soul purpose as the work that we're here to do in our lifetime. I believe my purpose is to actually, interesting you'd be asking me this question, because my purpose is to support people to discover their purpose. And I've been doing that as a coach for 30 years. So when Laurel told me about this project, I was pretty excited to be involved in it. And I think everybody does have a soul purpose. I really do. And I think a lot of people struggle to discover what that is sometimes. And when they do, they experience a lot of peace and joy and fulfillment in their lives. I got clear about my soul purpose. It's been a process that I've been in, actually, and I was reviewing some notes, some coaching sessions with one of my coaches years ago. So I've been on this track for quite a long time, but I would say actually landing in it and saying this really is the heart of my work and this is what I do was just in the last 6 months. And I was reviewing notes of work I'd been doing over 30 years with different clients, and it culminated into the program for women that I'm offering now, which is designed just exactly to do that, help them find their purpose. How I got to that stage, boy, that's a tough question to answer, because I've been doing a lot of different personal development work myself over 35 years, and I would say it's been a long process. Probably one of the things that made the biggest difference was when my coach said to me, why don't you go back and do what you used to do? Go back to where you started. And it really had me looking back at the work that I had been doing a long time ago and reflecting on how it had evolved over time and come back again full circle. So I think how I discovered it was because I was frustrated and not really knowing what direction to take next myself. Oh yeah, I'm living it right now, and I know because it's absolute bliss when I'm having interactions with people to be on their path and know their real purpose in life and what their direction is, and I see them achieving that. There isn't anything else I want to do. That's a great question about, do we have to choose between money and passion? No. Absolutely not. In fact, there's a direct correlation between discovering your passion and your work and doing really well financially. Decision or action I made in the past to get on course that I would do again. Hire a coach. Absolutely, no question. And be willing to be uncomfortable, not know, and trust in the discovery process. Overall, I would say my community, I'm a member of a number of communities, so I would say overall encouraged. However, I really think if I'd had somebody being able to do for me what I'm able to do for people through my work, boy, I would have loved that, because I think it didn't need to be as hard as it was for me. What's been hard? I might get emotional answering that one.
That's okay.
That's I really believe that God has work for me to do, and it was painful to question that a lot and wonder what I was meant to do. And I spent time watching other people who are more successful in their businesses and thinking, why don't I be like them and try this and try that? And it was a painful process to try to be something other than who I am. And challenges, I think culturally there is a little bit of what you asked before about money, kind of that there's that mindset, either you get into this type of work and you do well financially, or you follow your passion in your heart and you might not do well financially, but at least you're living a fulfilling life. So the challenge for me was to come back to that place of really believing in both and believing in that for myself deeply first before I could really be an advocate for my clients in that regard. What helped me through the tough times, my faith for sure, and women in my life, honestly. Having women who are like-minded, who really can kind of get that deep passion we have as women to feel that our lives really make a difference and that we're doing something meaningful and that who we are exactly the way we are is enough. So I pulled together a group of women. My coach said, find women who scare you. And I pulled together a group of women who really inspire me and I look up to, and got them together for dinner and brainstormed and got their input. So support. What's different about me now that I'm living my purpose? I'm me. I'm grounded. I'm more peaceful. I definitely can't wait to get out of bed in the morning and get to work. My self-doubt, lack of confidence gone, because it's not about me. And when that comes back, I just bring myself back to, it's not about me, it's about what I'm here to do. I would say the way that the impact on the world and the change I'm making has changed since I've been living my purpose is I'm far more direct with people in what is possible in working with me. And my work has become more powerful. It's more impact with people, really, because I'm centered in who I really am, and that brings that out in them too. My perspective on living your soul's purpose and the work that you do, whether they can be separated or not, lots of people do work that's not their soul work. And however, though, a lot of people are doing work that, were they to better understand their purpose, they could see the connection between the two and be a lot more fulfilled. Advice I would give people, ingredients for success in exploring their life purpose: don't do it alone. Seek guidance and assistance from a professional who can really support you in the process, and trust the process. People struggling, I've come across that a lot, and it really depends on the individual. Sometimes what I say to them is, you need to let go and trust. This is all going to work out. Sometimes I would say the gold is in the struggle, so embrace it. It's what's that expression? Whatever you had to work hard to get was really worth getting, so keep going. I want to make what I'm doing way more available. I want to have a much broader reach. I'd like to make this that I've done for 30 years accessible to a way larger span of population. Make it accessible on the internet. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I want to make it way more accessible. Working with people one-on-one the way I have has been fantastic, and I'd like to be able to reach a lot more people. Well, I think it comes from my purpose comes from God. I believe it's how I was designed. I believe I was uniquely designed to do this and to really have a passion for it. I'm blessed that at 92 years old, I have both my parents at 92 years old still with me. So I was able to ask my mom, what is it that I wanted to do when I was 5? Do you remember me talking about it? She couldn't remember. So I do know I wanted to be a mom and have a family, and I played house a lot, and I loved that. I think that, and I've done that, 3 daughters, and I love it, my husband and I think that the passion to contribute to people really came to me when I was 20 years old, and I was struggling myself with an eating disorder, and I thought, if I ever figure out how to be free of this, I want to help people, because it was horrible. And that set me on, I was in business and commerce in university, and it set me on a different path to work with people, and been so fortunate to be doing that all these years.